Good tea time, my sweet strangers. Welcome back to my rustic cardboard decorations making. This time, I'm creating Christmas villages. I'm starting by drawing my houses on plain paper, so the sizes and the windows match. I'm using a 1-inch grid for that. Then I cut them out. I like to use double corrugated cardboard. It's sturdy and I can distress it from both sides. Then I play around with which houses in which order would fit my piece of cardboard the best. When I'm happy with the layout, I trace the outline and carefully cut it out with a utility knife and a fresh blade. But be very careful. The fresh blade is super sharp, easily cuts and easily slips. You don't want to end your project before it really begins. For transferring the placement of the windows and doors, I'm using some pointy tool. And again, I cut them out cautiously. When I'm tired of cutting little squares, I prepare a few thin stripes of Kraft paper or cardstock to make the window bars. I attach them with the PVA glue from the back side of my little village to each little window. Yep, it's a little tedious, but I like the effect. Of course, you can totally skip those. The last construction touch is to emphasize the roofs of my little houses. I traced parts of the roofs and cut them out from the leftover cardboard. Then I glued them on. And now the fun part. Let's start peeling off the top layer randomly. Well, this time I'm focusing more on the roofs and around the edges. But it all depends on the size of your project and your taste for distressing. Notice how I tore the grooves between the buildings, so the village could be bent easier and stood by itself. When you're happy with your destruction, it's time to start painting. I was going to use some leftover Sloan original white paint, but it was a bit too yellow for my taste, so I went back to the old white. I love the texture and coverage of this chalk paint, and it dries lightning fast. I painted the roofs and chimneys the most, but still with a light hand. It's better to build up the paint gradually. Then I painted all around the edges and here and there to emphasize the distressing. Then I let the paint dry. And if you feel like you are missing some texture in the process, there is always time to do more paper ripping. Now pick your favorite metallic paint or wax and start highlighting the raised areas and the edges. I'm using Gold Rustoleum furniture paint. This one needs very thorough stirring. I also decided to paint the window bars with it. Now get some string of lights behind and our Mantel village is done. And if you like it, please give me your thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps. For my second project, I decided to make a Christmas village for my house windows. I measured the width of the glass in my windows and found long enough double corrugated cardboard to fit them. Then I fit the different houses in each panel and cut the outline. I decided to make smaller windows, so I could skip the window bars. I'm not emphasizing the roofs with an extra cardboard layer because I need my village to lay flat against the windows. And I'm doing much heavier distressing from both sides, front and back. Also, I decided to paint the village all white so it will be more visible in the window. During the painting, I found out it's a good idea to leave the grooves between the houses unpainted for visual separation. But if you painted some by accident like me, you can always paint them over with brown or gold paint. I decided to go ahead with the gold metallic highlights and accents again, on the indoor side. And here they are, my rustic corrugated cardboard villages, to match my last year's decor and my rustic house. I didn't even think they would fit the windows so well. And the Mantel village with a shiny gold and string of lights behind, I just love it. What do you think? Please write me in the comments below. And have a lovely Christmas. Thank you for watching.